Hello, hello. Welcome to class. We'll wait just a minute to see if anyone joins on the live stream. All right, so let's begin. Let's start by coming into our bodies. So taking note of all of our senses, checking in with what we hear. What do we hear that's close to us? What can we hear that's far away? What can we smell? What's the feeling of our breath at our nose? Feeling the coolness of the inhale and the slight warmth on the exhale. Checking in with our eyes, whether they're open or closed. Do our eyes feel tired? Do they feel heavy? Do they feel awake? Just taking note. And now checking in with the body. Are we coming into class tense and irritable? Are we coming into class spacious and open and relaxed? There's no right or wrong, but just noticing. Noticing where we feel tense and where we feel relaxed. So today's class will be on Yin Breathing. But before we move into our Yin breath, let's start with a slow body scan. So at your own pace, starting at the bottom of your body, feeling into your toes and your feet, all the way to the tip of your head. And as you check in on your body, just seeing when you reach areas of tension, can you actually breathe into the tension? Breathing into it, and on the exhale, releasing and relaxing. So taking that at your own pace. If you finish before me, you can rest, or you can do another body scan. Remembering to use the breath. The breath is the gateway the gateway to releasing tension. So using it on that inhale, breathing in the tension, going into it, and using the exhale to relax and release. Once you've completed your scan, just resting. We'll do one more together. Really feeling in to the details of the body. But for now, just resting. Nothing to do, nowhere to be. Not fidgeting, not adjusting. Learning to relax is a skill. Whether we have 30 seconds or 3 hours. So doing one more scan together, following along on my cues, really feeling into these spaces in the body, so accessing as much of a sensation as you can, and perhaps even noting how uncomfortable certain parts of our body feel, and allowing that to motivate us to relax further. So again, starting with the feet, feeling into the big toes. A lot of somatic memory in the big toe of being stubbed, of being kicked. Noticing the tension in the big toe and allowing that to motivate you to see if you can relax. Into the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, and finally into the fifth toe. Feeling all 10 of our toes at once. And using the breath to relax the big toes, or all of the toes. Working into the foot, the band of the foot where the toes connect in, into the arch, the heel, and the side of the foot running from the pinky toe all the way back. Moving up into the ankles, the ankle bones on the inside, on the outside, the Achilles heel, up into the shin bone in the front, the muscles in the front of the calf, as well as in the back of the calf. Moving into the knees, feeling the knee socket. Often a lot of injury, a lot of history with our knees. Can we feel the complexity of the knee, the web of joints, tissue, ligaments, all coming together, can we actually feel into the anatomy of the knee? Up into the thighs and the hamstrings. Up into the pelvis. Can we feel the glutes where they're touching the earth? Can we feel our hips and our hip flexors around front? Can we feel our genitals? Can we relax these areas of unconscious holding? We hold a lot of tension even when we don't realize it. So can we relax our pelvis? Can we relax our glutes? Can we relax the tension in our genitals? Moving up into the lower back, around front to our stomach. So many organs held all the way from our kidneys, our liver, our stomach, our big and small intestine, and our bladder, working 24/7. Up into our ribs. Can we notice the tension in the ribs? We often think that only muscles hold tension, but we can feel into the tension of the bones. It's subtle, but it's there. Into the chest and the sternum and the collarbones. On our backside, our shoulder blades, our upper back, our spine. Noticing the tension, always noticing. Going into it, not shying away from it. Working with a little bit more discomfort each time, so that we can continue to relax and release more and more deeply. Working down our shoulders, to our biceps, our triceps, our elbows, our wrists and forearms, into our hands, the palms of our hands, and then finger by finger. Can you feel into the thumbs, the pointer fingers, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky finger? Coming back into the neck, feeling around the back of the skull where we are touching the ground, around to the forehead. Can we notice how we furrow our brows, how much tension is in our forehead and our eyebrows? Can we relax those micro muscles in our face? Can we relax our eyelids, our eyeballs, our nose, our cheekbones, our lips, our teeth, our tongue? Can we release the tongue if it's pressed into the roof of the mouth and actually let it just relax in our mouth? So coming back to be more neutral. Into our jaw and our chin. Relaxing all of the muscles in our face. So we've probably noticed there's a lot of tension. We unconsciously go through our days with a lot of clenching, a lot of holding. important that we start to be able to notice the subtleties of our tension and be able to work to relax it. So like we did at the beginning, we're going to use the breath to feel into the whole body. So on the in-breath, can you actually feel the entire envelope of your body, the entire envelope, feeling into the tension as if you're balling it all up in one. And on your exhale, releasing completely. Releasing as if it was your last breath. So can you actually relax that completely? So breathing in, feeling the tension of the body. And releasing and relaxing. So doing that for a few rounds on your own. See if you can get into a rhythm of breathing in the tension, and on the exhale, relaxing and releasing entirely. Not prioritizing one spot in the body, but really working with the entire envelope of the body now. Completing 3 more rounds, so 3 more full body breaths. And once you've completed that, just resting. So just taking note of how open and spacious your body feels now. There's an inner knowing that this is really the level of relaxation, a level of ease that we could operate all the time with. Taking comfort in the idea that this spaciousness is always available to us, not only on the meditation cushion. Feeling that our body naturally wants to come back to this space. It doesn't want to be wound tight. This natural openness is where it wants to dwell. And so moving on to the Yin breathing. So from this space of relaxation, it's perfect to enter into the Yin breath. Because the Yin breath, if we stick with the practice, actually allows us to reach the space between our conscious ego and our unconscious soma. So the unconscious mind is not a deep, dark hole within us. It's just residing within the body. So the goal is to continue to let the ego know that we're safe and that the Soma can emerge. They can share with us whatever it needs to share. So now placing your attention in the low belly, about midway between your belly button and your genitals. And it's about midway in depth to slightly in front. So just see if you can feel into that space in your body. If you can't, don't worry. Place as much of your attention into that space as you can. But you'll know when you access it. There's a natural openness. You'll feel a sense of rightness. Like you'll just kind of know you're in the right spot. But if that's not there today, don't worry. Using the imagination is actually the way in which we open the door. So once you've located your yin space, I want you to imagine sort of an egg-shaped space, like a small balloon. What I want you to do is to actually breathe into that yin space, almost like you're inflating a balloon. So breathing into that low belly space, can you expand the balloon ever so slightly? And on the exhale, deflating it just a little. It doesn't deflate all the way. So trying that for a bit. Breathing into the yin space. Keeping as much of your attention as you can right there. Sticking with it. If you've wandered off, come back to the yin space. Bringing your attention back. If you find yourself on the edge of sleep, that's okay. That's that conscious, unconscious drifting that happens in the yin space. Breathing into the balloon, taking comfort in this space. Now perhaps seeing if you can actually place your attention in the center of the balloon. So going even more specific in the yin space, can you feel into that perfect dot in the middle? See if you can breathe in to that space. You don't need to inflate or deflate it, just keeping your focus in that center spot. This point almost becoming infinity. This subtle truth that there's actually a whole galaxy within you, within the in space. It's actually infinite. See if you can feel into that. It's vast. It's empty. And from this space, your thoughts might start to bounce around a little, which is normal. That ego and soma, learning how to share, learning how to both communicate together. So it might be worth checking in to see if your soma has anything to share with you from this yin space. It might have nothing to do with meditation. It might be entirely random, entirely new. Now perhaps offering a bit of gratitude to the yin space, however far, however deep you were able to get today. Knowing that every session's a bit deeper, and that there's always more layers, so that each layer is rich. Closing out your yin breathing and starting to slowly make your way back into your body. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. You can just dwell in this space, but just coming back into the felt experience of your body. If you would like to close your practice, perhaps slowly introducing movement into the body. So maybe wiggling the fingers or toes. Moving the shoulders or the knees. Just doing whatever feels good. So the magic is to not rush onto your day. Let whatever came up sit and marinate. Allow yourself to re-assimilate. Drinking a glass of water. Sitting in open awareness. Whatever feels good to you. So with that, I'll close class. Thank you all for joining.